Hey everyone, how's it going? This is Mike Darklighter, and I'm just going to get to the point here. There's going to be only one more episode of the Unifier left, but it's not going to be like the others. Whereas the others were episodes with dialogue, this one will not have any dialogue. It'll essentially be an abridged version of the events that would follow from the last episode, and its conclusion. I know that this might be some hard news for some of you to hear, and I apologize if this isn't how you wanted the series to end, but the simple fact is I just don't have the same motivation for this project anymore. It's just been a bit of a burden that's been hanging over me because I want to provide you with closure, and I'm hoping that this will be the best way to do it. I'll be able to get it done sooner and be able to put a lot more work into how it looks as opposed to waiting for lines and lip syncing and all that. So I'm hoping that this will be a good compromise to give you all some closure, to make it a good finale, and finish off the series, basically. Now, if you want to know how it's going to end right now, you can actually go into the description. I have a Google Doc there that basically gives the outline of what the animation is going to be like. So you can have a good idea of what it is that you're going to be looking at when I finally finish that animation. I just want to get that all out of the way, just in case that's all you wanted to hear. The next, however long this video is going to be, the next stretch of it is just going to be myself rambling, explaining how it is that we ended up in this situation here. So if that's all you wanted to hear, the Unifier is going to have just one more episode left. I'm shooting for April to have it finished. And it's going to be dialogue free. It's going to be just an abridged version of the finale, essentially. And if you want to know how it's all going to end right now, go to the doc. And if that's all you wanted to hear, feel free to click off the video now. Right, so if you're still here, I think I want to explain myself to you, just in case you want more of an explanation of why this is happening the way it is and all that. So I'll start by going back to the very beginning of how the Unifier started. It was an extension of the little 4-part video thing that I was working on, where Shadow just went berserk and started attacking people and things of that sort. It was really early into my channel, and I was still figuring out what it is that I really wanted to do. I knew that I wanted to do a story, but as it certainly showed, I did not do the necessary steps to get there. I essentially threw stuff at the wall, and that's how that little 4-part series came to be, and that's how the Unifier came from that. A lot of people really liked the ideas that were going into that, and they wanted to know what happened next, and I did too, so I began working on the Unifier, and again, there was no preparation made for it. It was basically each episode was being written as I came to it. And the thing is, that's just not how you do a series, so the story suffered a lot for it. And so you can see that the Unifier was essentially what helped me to learn and figure things out along the way. I am grateful that a good many people did enjoy it. It was the best that I could do at the time, and I was really trying my best to deliver on something, even if I didn't give it its proper time to work out. It was something that I enjoyed doing, and it was nice to hear the feedback and everyone just being excited for the next episode. But now it just serves to remind me of the habits and practices that I want to leave behind. I want to improve in the animations and stories that I make, and I've been trying my hardest to focus more on preparation and having things ready so that I know where I'm going, so that I don't have to make things up, and hopefully deliver a much better story. My eyes right now are on Fiona's Saga, and me and Flora T have been working that one out during all this time, and we've both been pretty excited about it. I'm really looking forward to it, and I really want to move on to that one. But I feel that I need to close off the Unifier first. And it just hasn't been easy when you're not motivated for it. And like when it comes to the animation part, it's just me. I tend to prefer that when it comes to making story heavy animations. It just feels easier that way than if I were to request help on working on the series. And it just takes time, and often my motivation moves on to other things. Because like I said, the Unifier is just kind of the kind of things that I want to leave behind, and I hope to improve on from that one. I'm still grateful for all the things that it helped me to figure out. I met a lot of amazing people because of that series as it went on, and I'm very grateful for that. But with how it's going, I don't want to continue in it. I'd rather close it and possibly reboot it like later, but better, if I ever return to it. But that's a big if. But in short, yeah, I can't bring myself to work on it like how I used to, or when it comes to other projects of mine that I want to work on. So here's how things are going to play out. I'm going to finish the animation, and I'm still kind of half and half on this. I'll explain in a bit, but it's my hope that I could put them all together, all the episodes together, to be able to give you kind of like a mini movie type thing of all the episodes together and then the finale. The reason why I'm on the fence about this though is because the last time I tried making a compilation of videos, it resulted in my channel being demonetized. At least that's what I suspect happened. So that kind of makes me a bit hesitant to try it again. I'm thinking that I could add a few things to make it distinct enough that YouTube shouldn't flag it or suspect it as being whatever it is that they thought it was to demonetize me. But even then, that still makes me a bit nervous about this. But if I were to do it, I would rearrange all the episodes so they would play in a much more cohesive order. So that would mean, though, that different episodes would come up in different times. So you would see drastic shifts in the animation quality, as well as shifts in the character voices. The thing about the Unifier is that all the files, the SFM files, I don't have them all, so I can't re-render them like I did for the classic shorts. So that's kind of left me in an awkward place where I could rearrange the episodes to be a bit more cohesive, but you will notice drops in animation, in voices, and in the textures. So that could be a bit jarring, and that's another reason why I think maybe not, but it's honestly up to you. I'll probably pose a question to you guys later as we get closer to it, because I feel like it would be nice to have all the episodes together and to have the finale that way, but if it would prove too distracting, then I can just release the ending, and that would be that. It would be interesting, though. It would certainly be a trip down memory lane to see, to an extent, the channel's growth over the years. But yeah, I think that's about everything I want to say on that. I'm sorry again if this comes off as bad news, but I just really want to end it so that we can move forward on this channel. And I hope that I can deliver on something that could be worthwhile at the very least. So if you've stood around here, thank you so much for sticking around. I'm just going to plug a few things real quick before we close off here. Due to the YouTube fiasco earlier this year, I did actually open up a Twitter account. And I'll post a few things on occasion there. Some things non-SFM related. Sometimes I'll even post animations that are just for that, just because they're not really long enough to justify being put on as a video here on YouTube. So feel free to follow me there if you want to keep in touch. And that's about it, all I have to say. I want to give a special shout out to each of my patrons as well. Thank you so much for supporting me through all this, especially my top tier patrons: Tails Lover 100, Sonic 9324, Alexander Scuster, Sleep High, Ava Ellen Miles, and Enda McNabola. And thanks again for hanging on to the end here, guys. I promise it's gonna end very soon. Thank you.